Yo,
Yo,
what's up, BA?
what's up, Dre Day? And my girl back there, Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson Dowles.
So welcome to the man cave, and you are the first woman I've ever had in here, and you should consider that an honor because there's a lot of different. This is podcast is really supposed to be for men, a safe place for men, but I wanted to bring you on because I feel like you have an interesting perspective on life.
Yeah.
Um, you being a close friend to my wife, I feel like we've had a lot of these conversations before.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would just
So it's been a long time coming.
right for people to kind of see our perspectives on this. So, all right. So first, I'll kind of introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
Okay, I'm Virginia. I I do IT. I've been in IT for 10 years. Um maybe longer. Oh yeah, it's been longer now. And I'll be 36 this year, and I have two boys,
Okay, cool.
18 and 4. I started all the way over.
So I'm gonna ask you about that too as we progress. Just the difference in motherhood with 18 and 6. But first thing first,
4.
right to it. We lost a truly iconic man to me um, recently in Kevin Samuel. So I know women have a different perspective on this. Some women do. My wife being one, she rejoiced when she heard he died. Um, Me personally,
Oh God.
that's a little harsh. Her exact words. That's what happened when you're a narc. So she
Yeah,
rejoiced.
I think a lot of women rejoice, right? Because he was real harsh in his delivery. Although I will agree that some of the things he said was true. I mean, he's a good bit of him going viral and his bashing women. He was talking about a lot of women, like the majority of women. He was talking about me. I'm over 35. I'm single. I haven't been married. So he was bashing women like me, but I personally didn't take it personal because the people that called in, they were seeking high value men, right? And according to him, high value was what, 6 figures, just a man that makes a certain amount of money. But he didn't take into account character, um, and like other things that will make a relationship last longer. And to me, he was just, I mean, a lot of men probably think like him. I believe a lot of men think like him. So that's why he was favored in the male community. But in all honesty, a lot of guys, I mean, to me, Kevin was just teaching y'all how to be a trick. My personal opinion.
Correct now.
But I
Most
didn't really listen. So my opinion's kind of biased because I didn't really listen to him like that. So
okay. So being real with you, he did say a lot of things that men thought because men a lot of times feel like women have too much control, um, based off of them having a vagina. Just being honest, women kind of control, when you have sex, when you don't have sex, and
mhm.
feel like okay, you know, I get that you have this, but at the same token, um, it shouldn't allow you to feel like you can put out all these demands on me just for this one thing. But it is true. A woman who's 5'1", 30 pounds wants a six-figure man, and she doesn't really bring much to the table other than sex. Like, what else are you bringing? I kind of
Right.
got to match the man that you want.
Hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Don't require more out of a man than you can bring, and vice versa for a man. Like I can't expect my wife to make all this money if I can't match her financially. So yeah,
But was that Kevin Samuels' message though? Like, was it was he saying match energies, or was he saying above you, you're not my equal,
mhm.
therefore you just shut up, look pretty, and give me sex like when I want it? That was pretty much.
I think it was so much like that where shut up and you can't have a voice. But I do feel like he was like there were women that he thought was ugly. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But he was pretty harsh on the rating too. So I mean, average looking women he definitely felt like was ugly. And I get it. Basketball players, they're not going to go for the average looking chicks. They're just not. If I'll put them in a category of high value because they make the six figures or millions of dollars or whatnot. But they will most definitely pick a chick. Probably not marry her, but they will definitely like sleep with the chick that have kids. Or
Oh
that's
yeah,
old. What's that? It's a basketball player right now, or at least a few months ago, that was sleeping with that model, and she's like 40 something, and she has a kid that's going to the NBA.
no, Drake was Drake.
Huh?
It was Drake that was sleeping with you talking about Drake that was sleeping with the IG model?
No, it was a basketball player. He was young too. He was like 20 something. I forgot his name. But so what's happening? I mean, he ain't wiped the chick, but they were seen in public together and all of that. And then look at Amber Rose. Amber Rose snagged Wiz Khalifa. Did they get married? I don't really remember. But see, Kevin, the reason why I respected Kevin, I say I respect him, was because he spoke on probability. He would say this all the time and not possibility. And women, we gauge our relationship or our value or what we can choose in a mate based upon possibility, wishful thinking.
What was his name?
I can't hear Jessica.
I like the my
It's breaking up.
even
Yeah.
I was just saying like I didn't like his delivery. It came certain how some of the women like their feelings might be hurt or
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
me he fed off it. Like he just kept you know,
Yeah. He was harsh. And I think but I will say this too, women do not like the truth. And a lot of women don't like accountability either. Um, so when the delivery is harsh and it's the truth, it's gonna it's gonna sting. But he could have been softer. He could have been like Stefan Lospier. I can't pronounce it. Stefan Speaks. I like him a lot. His delivery is really uplifting, I would say. And he doesn't pander to women. He's like he's even across the board. So, but that's what made Kevin go viral.
I saw
Just his delivery alone.
I saw a post yesterday on Facebook. It was like it had a picture of Kevin Samuel and then it had a picture of Diddy Jackson and it was like y'all ain't like him because he told y'all the truth, but y'all love him because he lied to y'all.
Which
But
is true.
I'm big on it's not what you say, it's what you say, you know. So I
You
just
big on what?
it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's your
Oh
feelings.
yeah.
And I just felt like it was just hard. I hate a man that always say what a woman want, what women don't want. Like, just he came out to me like a bitter man.
Very much so. And that's what I was going to ask Dre. Like, do you feel like he was a hurt man?
Well, I know he said he'd been married like 3 times or something like that. So possibly, but I think just the more experience you go through with women, the more you start to learn. And I think that's a conversation that people don't want to have. Like, women nowadays are not like the women of 1995.
Hmm.
They have their own money. Women today have their own careers. They're graduating at a higher level from college, and they
Hmm.
some women feel like they all the time because they
Mm.
harder than they would back in the day. So
Yes. The dynamic has definitely shifted between the man and woman. The energy has shifted between both. And Kevin Samuels, honestly, his advice was based upon like the traditional 1970 roles, which are just not in place anymore.
why?
They're just not.
I'm telling you why women still expect the man to provide. They still expect the man. They still expect the man to be faithful, but we can't expect y'all to follow us, cook, clean, be respective, not be a city girl all summer. Why? Why is it now like lame to be to follow your man?
That's not.
Why you can't talk?
Oh,
I want to know
don't.
why is it
I
lame to follow your mate now?
I don't think it is.
I don't think
I
it's.
don't think it is. I think women still expect that. And men, let's be honest, men still expect like traditional roles with women too. Um the problem I see with that is if you want a traditional woman and you're going to be then you have to be a traditional man. If we're going to go back to our grandparents, the reason why they survived, it was because the woman didn't work. So if you want her to cook and clean and stay and be your sex slave or whatnot, then she can't work. In all honesty, like she can't bring home the bacon too and do all of these things that you require of this traditional wife. Now, if you want to modernize it in today's time, where the woman is working and she's bringing in money and y'all splitting everything down the middle, that's everything down the middle. That's bills, chores, kids, and so on and so forth. I don't think it's lame for a woman to follow the lead of her husband. It's just that it's just in the woman, honestly.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is coming from barbershop talk. This is coming from other males I've been around. We don't feel like women are at peace nowadays. That's the biggest thing. Most men are looking for peace. Like, we don't really care about doing for you. We don't care about spoiling you. We don't care about paying all the bills. But nobody wants to do that if they don't feel like it's being respected or appreciated. Um, and nowadays, women, like you say, they do have degrees and they do have, so much other things going for them. They feel like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I gonna sit around and cook and clean for this nigga and wash his drawers when hell I can get a maid or a nanny or I can, be out living my best life. I don't want to be, feeling like I'm stuck in those days of almost seems like a slave, but it's not. I mean, it's give and take, you
Yeah.
know. That's why when I said like the man is supposed to be the provider. So me personally, and Jessica can tell you this, I don't necessarily care. I care more about her happiness on a job than I do about the money she makes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about money, but I don't really care about money. Are you happy? Is it something you want to do? Find something that you can sustain for the next 20 years if you're going to work that long, rather than, oh, it pays good, but I hate to get up every day. So for me personally, I don't care about money. Like, if doesn't make a dime or she makes more than me, it won't waver me either way. But there are some men who feel like they have to have the most money in order to feel like they have some power.
Oh man.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
feel like you got some type of relationship.
And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the roles change with men and women, as far as the energy shift. More women are operating in their masculine energy, going to work, paying bills. That's masculine energy. So then she come home, she at work being a man, being a boss or whatever. She come home with that same energy because she can't turn it off. So now you feeling emasculated because you have masculine energy.
Right.
Um, and not to just pick on women, but men energy a little bit on the feminine side too. Like they're more emotional. Some don't want to work. Some want to live off the woman's income. Some want to be taken care of. Like that's feminine energy, and it's just a dynamic shift. And I think the only way to get it back right is if women don't work.
I don't know that, but what I do think is this. I do think men, you marry a woman like your mother. I don't care what. Most men marry
You
some
marry your, say that again?
flex your mother because that's the woman that you see. I mean, most men, if you had a good mom,
Yeah.
if you had a mom who cooked, cleaned, took care of their dad, or just took care of you and your brothers and sisters, whatever, who was a hard worker, whatever, never complained. Like we don't most of the time we don't see the other side of our mom how they are in a relationship. We only see the mother part. So when your mother's nurturing, caring, especially if you're a guy,
Hmm.
when you marry someone, you expect to get that loving, peaceful. But when you get JT, young Miami, you're not getting, you get like, get your mama, and you're like, yo, you want that masculine energy. Pause. And you're like, yo, is this a bro or is this my girl? And him and you have a good balance of both. You got to know how to do both. Like you got to know how to turn it on and turn it off. And men do get sensitive. Like we do get to the point where it's like, well, damn, I want to hug. Men nowadays don't feel like we can come and vent to women because when we do vent or we cry or we're emotional, we're considered soft, feminine. Like we bear the weight of a lot of us,
Hmm.
and to not be able to go and express it to make it one of the most terrible feelings you could possibly ever have. That's what you pick them for, right? You person should be able to vent to. But if you have a mate that when you vent, they like, oh, you soft, or you can't lay your head on my shoulder and cry. This is tough.
I read once that when lobsters mate, the male will take off his shell, and he is the most vulnerable then. And that's how men in this society um should be in relationships, like hard to the outside world with your shell on, protective, masculine, and then when you come home in your relationship, you take off your shell, you're vulnerable, you're able to open up with those emotions because you face the world. um yeah, city girls. i don't even I don't even listen to them, so I can't. I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah, I just,
no, I mean like
it's just, if we, yeah.
I mean like I'm
Huh?
speaking on Jessica. She said I'm trying to be funny. I'm not even talking about
He
her.
always tell me I think I'm a city girl on my own.
But I'm saying the influence that music has on women and men. But I'm saying nowadays, women now, when they come out with music, oh fuck him, take all his money, go sleep with his best friend. Uh,
Toxic.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
We even got toxic R&B. What SZA say? That's my man, your man, our man.
Like
Yeah.
that, no, we didn't hear that growing up. But when young kids or young women who hear that now, yeah, you know, I heard when the city girls was like, I bet your little sister want to be like me. I bet your little brother want to fuck on me. And I'm thinking, what is this? You know, and my daughters, you know, they walk around now saying city girls up and all this other stuff. And I'm like,
Oh Lord.
but
What
go
well,
ahead.
I'll say this. It's because so city girls, I mean, they're all on social media. Those type of girls, they're all on social media. They're most desired, especially for high value. Back to Kevin Samuels. So when women see that and see all the attention that men give those type of women, they emulate it thinking, oh, this is what a man wants. We don't have what Michelle Obama was probably the last black woman to show us feminine energy, like a feminine woman, really. Um, I like Michelle, but I don't want to be her. I mean, I don't want to be the city girls either, but I
What
want
about
to,
is Beyonce not
huh?
gonna what about Beyonce?
Oh yeah, Beyonce. Yeah, Beyonce. But Beyonce isn't desirable. What did Kevin Samuels give her? Like a 6 rating.
Let me say this. Kevin Samuels, to me, like I said, was one of the greatest men to walk this earth. But at the same time, I do feel like, you know, some of the stuff I feel like he said was just for ratings. But let me get this into because I want to tell you this. Because I told Jessica this. Okay. Whenever you go on Judge Judy, you know Judge Judy's gonna be mean, you know she's gonna be rude, you know what you're gonna
Facts.
still bring your case to her. You
Yep.
know Kevin Samuels. He is gonna be rude
Exactly.
on that. And so it's like, no, I don't feel bad for these women because you knew what he was finna do.
Now that is true. Why would you call that show expecting him to bash you so he can keep his ratings up? Because a lot of that was what he was doing. But
Okay.
he
I want to move on because I don't want to stay too much on Kevin Samuels.
okay. We
I know
can.
you and Jessica talked about, and me and Jessica bring this question up to her a lot even now because it's been stuck in my head for months. And I talk about it with my friends, and I don't understand. So it's income versus title, and what that means is a man's income versus. Now,
It's breaking up a little bit.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard income versus title and
Okay.
the man's income versus the man's title.
Yeah. So let me ask you, and I asked you this question before, but I ask you now again live. Do you could you date a man who worked at McDonald's, who was a regional manager? He made 100K, regional manager. Could you date him?
Hmm.
But I mean, when you're
He a regional manager and he make how much?
100,000.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the same question you asked us before.
What did I say?
No. You asked me could I date a man that work at McDonald's?
Okay.
You
Okay.
didn't say
Okay.
But that's a trick question
Store manager.
because like what's huh?
Okay, let's rephrase this. Store manager. Could you date a man who's the store manager at McDonald's making $45,000 a year?
that means he opened a store at 4 o'clock in the morning and you just go home with.
I'm not, hey,
Hold on.
some men have to do it, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys.
Let me build this question a little bit more. He's everything you want in attraction. He's everything you want in a gentleman. He's great with your kids. And I mean, the only thing is, you know, when you say, "Well, what do you do for a living?" You know, I'm the manager at the McDonald's up the street.
Well, a manager isn't a bad title.
It's not, but you, Virginia, in IT.
So, if you want to know if I would date a man that makes less than me, I will. the store manager at McDonald's that makes less than me, that is everything that I want.
Honest, because I don't think
truthfully, I would give it a try. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
And hopefully I won't emasculate him, to be honest. And if we could live off one salary, if we could live off one salary, I don't think I would. But if I have to pay half the bills to sustain like our lifestyle, I probably wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't emasculate him doing that either. I just wouldn't want to emasculate him. That's all.
Okay, this is what I got.
Huh?
This is the issue I got. Jessica rather talk to somebody who's the, I don't know, regional finance manager for Bank of America who makes $65,000 a year, opposed to talking to the manager at McDonald's who makes, let's say, $55,000 a year, but he's a better fit. All of that for women is for your friends and for your family.
Now, I just feel like working at McDonald's at 35 or 36 is kind of immature. I'm sorry. That's just
if you the store manager though, that's a hell of a lot of responsibility.
You need to buy your own McDonald's franchise.
I just read today that Walmart is doing like a store manager program, and they're going to start if they go through the program and succeed, start their managers off with $200,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I think store manager is a good enough title. The money isn't good. I've been
a store manager. I'm not a store manager. I'm just saying.
It's for your friends. It's because look, if that man treats you good,
which is what matters.
I don't want to call and say, when you talk to Virginia say, well, what does he do for a living? You say, he opens up McDonald's at 4 a.m.
But me being the person that I am, I'll be like, okay, Jess.
You know, I don't see.
Get your McGriddle.
Right. You don't put that stigma, and we should put that same pressure on women. Like, oh, she works at Bojangles, or
I just feel like,
but that's because back to Kevin Samuels. That's because our value isn't in our money.
Let me ask you: would you talk to a woman who was a store manager at Arby's?
I don't like Arby's, but if it was something I ate at, yeah, but not Arby's. If it was like Zaxby's or something, we might work.
Why not Arby's?
I'm personally this. I've said this plenty of times. I've been in relationships where I've had a lot of money. I've been in relationships where I had nothing, and I have been happy when I had nothing. Sometimes more happy when I was on top of the world. So I think it's all about connection. It isn't really about.
It really is.
Now you say that it's not about y'all value isn't in money. Now,
yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. So you just said you need to hold men need to hold the same standard to women, and what is that standard?
Tired of women feeling like that sex is enough. Or being pretty.
Let me be honest. I hope women don't believe sex is enough.
Well, I'm just going from this is my personal opinion. I feel like you need to bring more than to the table than just sex or good looks. This is my thing. I want a partner I can build with. I'm tired of being in the certain level of life that everybody. Like, I want somebody that you can build with. You have to be equally minded. You got to want more than what you see. You have to, be in a certain level of thinking for me to even want you, or for me to be desired to even talk to you. I'm at that point. Like, I cannot see if me and Jessica split up, me talking to somebody just because they're pretty. But At the end of the day, what's your goals? What's your ambition? Like, you don't have to have a lot for me, but you got to be ambitious. You got
Yeah.
to be ambitious.
Well, I mean, I would think at 35 or 36.
A lot of people will be, but look, no. A lot of people at 35 are still going off. I know a lot of guys who still would just, they don't want that. They just want looks and they want a trophy.
Yes. Yes.
Especially,
Yes. Yes.
but
He is right. There is a lot of young minded guys that think the bad bitch or the city girl is it. Like that's their goal to marry. And so it's very rare. Like older men will feel like Andre does because they've already been through that, done that. I didn't hear what Jessica said.
the only immature man would think like that. But there's more men who think like that than that think like, think about it. Even a lot of older men,
That's true.
they get the title of a sugar daddy or whatever, but they just want somebody who look good, that's going to sleep with them every now and they're going to provide the lifestyle that you want. These are even older men.
Yeah.
Younger guys, you know what it is? I'm going to tell you the truth. When you're younger, I can't pull up with no ugly thing and tell my homeboy, oh yeah, she treat me nice, she massaged my back. But when you older, oh yeah, I need you to take care of me because I'm going down. I need help.
Oh God.
But when you're younger, you know, most of the time, and it's about the people you're around. If everybody around you has a pretty girlfriend or pretty wife, you don't want to be the one bringing talking to somebody for their personality. So,
Oh God.
so okay,
That's funny.
that goes into a good topic of how have relationships changed to you? You know, you're not married, you've been in some serious relationships, though, but just dating, from the early 2000s, let's just say, fresh out of high school dating to present. What are you running into with men that's different than what when you were like a teenager or even your early 20s?
Well, dating when I was a teenager, men definitely catered more. Like was willing to wine and dine and do all of this stuff. And then like later on in life that changed to Netflix and chill. And I'm like, nigga, I'm not coming to your house. I just met you. But so yeah, that it changed drastically. Men don't want to put in effort anymore, not even to get sex because sex is so,
Accessible.
oh my goodness, like they can like a photo and get it for the most part. So they're not putting in any energy, any effort. But I put my demands in, like, honey, you want to date me? You're gonna court me. So,
Why
but it has changed.
why do you feel like um it's gotten that way? Do you think it's social media? Like you said, is it just so easy now just to pick your phone up and just buy pussy? I mean, like being harsh, but it's
Absolutely.
toxic.
Yeah. Everything is so fast. And kids be the generation below us, it's like the hookup culture. They're not going out on dates. They don't even value that stuff anymore. It's just hookups, huh?
Sneaky link.
Yeah, like that's what's cool because that's what, like you said, the music is influencing all this toxic culture. Yeah, it has changed. It has changed for sure, and not in a good way.
Let me ask you, so are you one of those people who? Because I got married off of a DM. I
You
mean,
got Mary Wynn?
off of a
Uh,
D- off of an inbox. I got married because I inboxed her, and it led to a marriage.
okay.
Would you? Do you feel like um you rather a guy approach you face to face, or if a guy seen you in a restaurant and he messaged you right after, like, "Hey, I just seen you in Subway. What's up?" Which way would you prefer? Are you okay with them just inboxing you, or do you like it the traditional way?
Yeah, I'm okay with the inbox. The traditional is fine too, but I know that's like the culture. As long as he got some substance. But if he's like inboxing like, hey, I saw you, you should come over one day, that ain't that'll get ignored.
Let me ask you this, both of y'all. When a guy says, "Will you come over and we watch Netflix or whatever?" Do you automatically know in your mind that he wants to sleep with you?
First of all, let's get one thing straight. As soon as a man see you, he want to sleep with you. Cause all y'all visual creatures, y'all just see what you like and you want to hit that. Let's be honest. So I think the Netflix and chill came about because men just didn't want to spend money on dates. And not necessarily to sleep with you, but they just didn't want to they just didn't want to spend $100 on a chick that they won't even like in a week from now or whatever.
I agree, but I don't agree. Because some of them will still take you out. You want to come over and watch, and that's where getting
Well,
thinking.
no older guy, a man 35, 36 years old, 40, whatever, shouldn't be trying to do Netflix and shit. To me, that is college student, high school date. Like,
Right.
don't have no money. You see these little like
Thank you. That's a no money move, like for real.
stuff like
I
that.
don't care how much money you have. That's a no money move. But in like guys, y'all gotta be more creative than that. Like if you don't want to spend any money, you can go do a cheap ass date at the park. Like meet me at the park. Let's do a picnic. Let's. I had a hood ass dude take me on a picnic. He was like, I ain't never do no shit like this before.
Enjoy that more than a traditional date.
What? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Like I'm adventurous anyway, so I like I my first date with another guy, I was like he wanted to take me out to dinner. I was like, let's go to the gym. So I like random, spontaneous, adventurous. I went on a hiking date before. Like stuff that don't cost money, you don't gotta spend no money on me. But I do want to get to know you. I mean, I said that kind of wrong. You don't gotta spend no money on me. You do. But not on the first date.
At what point though is it too cheap? Like, okay, first date, we go on a picnic. Second date, we go on a hike. You know, third date, let's go Netflix and chill. At what point are you like, all right, bro, like
Well, I always suggest, like they usually always ask me, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to go to the movies? I hate movie dates. I don't even watch TV like that. So I don't even like don't take me there. So I always tell a guy like what I want to do. And it won't take me long to like put in a demand like, hey, let's go here. I always wanted to try this or that. But you can tell to I can I always could tell when a guy has or don't have money. When they ask me, what do I do for a living? And I say, oh, I'm in IT. And the next thing that comes out of their mouth is, oh, you got money.
mhm.
No, I don't. Like, what? Like, you impressed? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. That's a weird feeling.
I heard what you said. Like, you was like, okay, let's go do this, or let's go do that. You'll tell them.
Mhm.
At what point, or do you ever cater to your man like that? When he,
Yeah.
hey, I want take me to, Steak 48, or I want to go where, they just dropping stuff. Do you cater to your man the same way?
Yeah.
How
But
long?
it'll have to be, yeah, it'll have to be like some seriousness. I'm not doing that off the first 3 dates because I ain't no trick.
So let me ask you
So
this.
it maybe after like 3 months, and
Okay,
I see that it's going somewhere,
let
and
me
it's his birthday.
let me let me ask you this too, Jessica, and I'll let Jessica answer this first. How long do you have to be talking to a guy for him to be able to ask you for money? Jessica, go ahead.
Why you ask me this first?
I just want because I'm asking VA all the questions.
I mean, if I like him, I guess he can ask me like the next month, not that same month, like the next month.
That's
A month.
Here's the thing, I'm a giver anyway. So
I'm gonna give her two, but
but
like, what you asking me for money for? What you can't go down the line in your family. Like, we just dating.
nothing over 20.
right. You just made the point. Where's your family is?
like, are you
right. So let me.
I mean, not a homo. A homosexual? Like, are you homeless? Like, you asking me? You just met me? That is a red flag.
My first question gonna be what you need it for.
$20 ain't gonna help nobody. You talking about $20?
It will take a year of me getting to know somebody consistently, seriously, and we're on that level for me to loan money.
So they can't have no money. They got to be a lot.
Oh, give. Yeah, I give. I'm sorry. Give money.
I want my money back.
Even the $20 back. But see, this is the
money.
thing. Women, not saying y'all too, women will openly come to a man
And ask him for money.
first week. You get my nails done. You get my hair done. Within the first week, especially if they hit.
That's what I was going to say. That's an exchange. Women put in exchange. She put a price on her pussy pretty much. So because y'all had sex, in exchange, you got to give up money.
I feel like no man don't be scared to ask no pussy.
This is my thing. Women won't dick just as bad as a man wants vagina, but the problem is, it's like y'all have I don't know what it is, who made this, but it takes people to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sex is an even exchange, bro. I think sex is an even exchange. Or at least it should be. Women, if y'all are listening, ask the men for money that you don't like sex. Not the men that you do like.
It go back to what you said earlier. Guys now like sex is just expected when they start talking to people. Like they don't really try to put in the work.
That's because they're not required to.
So
Thank you.
I just feel like I always my mind said you wasn't scared to ask for no pussy.
Okay, but this is my thing. Why is it that though? Like you can ask them for anything. Why is it just money? Because to me, at that point, it's prostitution. That's just me. If you put a price on your pussy, like you just said, to me, if your price is, I know the slum minimum is 40, and I know it goes up, I guess, to the thousands, but
or a Birkin bag.
Right. Man, please don't knock this camera over in the middle of live. But if you have a price in mind already, if you already know, especially if you say, I'm gonna go mess with such and such, I know he's gonna give me $200 whenever every time I go smash him, you're a prostitute. I don't care how it's labeled, but you're a prostitute.
I'll say this. If you got that intention in mind, just be upfront. Like, cut all the other bullshit out. Like, don't take me on a date. You want some, you gotta pay. You gotta give me 40 for it. You gotta give me a Birkin bag for it. Whatever. Like, no, for real. Like, cut the shit.
Anybody who's still selling it for 40,
they a crackhead.
Right now, you can't even get your nails. I know Jessica be asking me for money to get her nails done, and I was still thinking nails cost $40. Go get the white tips. That's all. That's it. But she like $40 nails, $120.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's my advice for men, honestly. Like, if a woman hitting you over the head in a week, and if you ain't trying to trick, don't do it. Like, tell her move along.
Let me tell you something for me. I always got two things I used to do when I was dating. I would always take a girl on a date to the mall, like whether we was going out to eat or whatever. At some point, we're going by the mall, and I would say, "Go ahead, you want something, get it." If the girl told me, "No, I'm okay," you might be a keeper. But dive on the opportunity, and the next thing I would do is try to smash. And I'm not going to turn it down. Like, oh, you're a whore. I'm not going to. No, I'm still going to smash, but I'm probably not going to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward. So I've seen that. Now, it ain't always been that case because someone might not get asking them for right then, but I open that door. So the next week they want the car payment paid or something. So, but I like to know that shit. Like I would tell, my daughters, I'm gonna let them know. We're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations. But like,
Mhm.
I would rather you come to me and just tell me, like, look, I don't like you like this. Like,
Yep.
I know you got a little bit of money. Like, just tell me.
Yep. For real. Honesty is the best policy. But I tell you, like our mamas, like not my mama or Jessica mamas, but like mothers teach their daughters don't be giving it up for nothing.
Oh, I know that. Especially
But
that's across white and black races. I mean, I get it. I
that's
get
why
it.
what?
I said that's across white and black races. I,
Oh heck yeah.
not
Heck yeah.
Asian communities and stuff, but black and white definitely because Asians are taught to be very submissive. Like I'm not like a Chinese person. I've never been to China, but Asians, from what I've heard, are supposed to be very submissive. That's why you see all these white men always with these Asian women a lot of times because they're supposed to be extremely submissive. And nowadays, I'm thinking you're not finding that kind of submissiveness. Even white women nowadays are leaving, Tucker and the kids and all this other stuff. White
Heck
women
yeah.
staying around like they used to say.
Well,
So
let's talk about submission. What does that mean to you?
for me, I
Yeah.
can't. Oh man, and my situation is very different when it comes to being submissive. I don't even know what that is, but I can tell you this.
What
I don't know what submissive is because she's not submissive. But this is what I expect out of submissive. Respect me. Give me the utmost respect, which means don't disrespect me. Don't embarrass. Don't have to look stupid. Whatever. That's submitting to me like my feelings, pretty much. I don't expect you to watch draws and all. I'm not, like there's no roles in my relationship. Now, when I met her, I had gender roles, but it ain't. There's not gender roles in our relationship. It's
Yeah.
like kind of a give and take. We both just do whatever it takes to make it happen around the house.
I mean, respect, but I do challenge. I guess that's what.
And that's what the problem I have is this. To a certain extent, you have to let me, like again, I'm to provide, I expect, I'm expect her, idea of manly man or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's different. I grew up, my mom, it was just me and my mom. She worked 2 jobs. She always provided, cooked, cleaned. Then when she got married, she was married to a man who didn't drive, who had to drive him around. He worked, but he would just put a whole check. But my mom, the whole. So for me, I cook, I clean, I, and I provide and do everything. So I'm like, yo, I'm a 5-star nigga. I know I am
Top tier.
upper echelon nigga. I'm like, I do all this.
You need to buy him a Birkin bag, Jess.
Is this. The only thing I expect as far as her being submissive is not yes sir, no sir, but I do expect like, hey, babe, you go give me something to drink. What's wrong with that? Oh,
So I think women get hung up on the term submission because a lot of us just think that it means you do everything the man tell you to do. And that's a hard pill to swallow. And to be honest, that's not what submission means. In all honesty, submission just means to agree. So if my husband says, or if I say, babe, I really want this Tesla. And he say, not right now, babe. To submit to him, I have to agree with him that I can't get my Tesla right now, even though we got money in the bank. Now, what you spoke about, fixing you a drink, that's a love language. That's an act of service. So that's how you feel love. That's not really submission. Huh?
No,
I can't hear Jessica.
When I be my submission, okay. Like I said, I do all these donuts.
It went out.
They took out these the day before. Took her and the kids both out to eat. Took them both out to get ice cream. All the bills are paid up. I'm just massages, all this stuff she asked. She said, I ordered food. She said, ordered donuts. I said, okay. Always fuss over the lemon donut. We both like it, but when you sort it, you don't know which one is the lemon, right?
It's breaking up. I don't know on my end or yours. Say that again. So I heard the donuts.
Okay. So we both love the lemon donut.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know when it comes, when you get assorted, there's a lemon, there's a raspberry. You don't know which one is which. So you bite into it.
Okay.
So before it even comes, the lemon one mine. I was like, hey, all I done all weekend, I can't have the best donut? I'm like, come on, man.
I didn't say that. My donut, my rule.
So you just want some appreciation. You just want to feel appreciated. I'm feeling really unappreciated. Y'all remember that song?
But that donut, man, look, that donut meant a lot to me because it's not like I said, I'm not big on money.
So we both like the lemon donut. Like, we both like it.
You know what the issue is there? I just want to see you make a sacrifice for me like I make for you. And there might be something like a donut, but it just shows me like,
yeah,
like you rocking with me. That's all. So I hit it with like, hey, can I have your last whatever? Just to see, you know. But I don't know.
That's still not submission though. That's still more so like a
well, whatever that is I'm talking about. Love language.
This a love language. That's a love language. He want to have your last fry, Jessica.
All stuff. I don't ask her to do much. Like she's got it. But okay. With all that being said, I do want to talk a little bit more serious, and that's like spiritual journey. You know, with like me and you have never had a conversation to say like, what are you religious or you spiritual, whatever. But I just kind of feel like in passing between the three of us that I kind of feel like you're more spiritual than religious.
Correct.
So I'm gonna let you take off with it, and then I'll speak a little bit more to it. But when did you get to the point where it's like, hold up now, some of this shit ain't adding up or whatever? You start doing your own homework, and you wanted to know what you was, you know, what's going on.
Yeah, so I would say like the true awakening happened 7 years ago, possibly. But in all honesty, all my life, I remember going to church faithfully and asking questions like, Ma, why he said that? That don't even make sense. Why did Jesus do this? Why? Like having all these questions that nobody had the answer for, not even the Bible. So I also had a really tough time believing that this book they gave us, the only book we was allowed to read as slaves, is supposed to be our Lord and Savior. And then they made him white. That's how they started superiority complex. That's why most black people think white people are right, because of Christianity.
Okay. All right. So for me, um, I think I got there a little bit before Jessica, at least a year, probably before her, and it was difficult.
Oh yes.
Happened for me was it was after my mom died. I was always a traditional, I was never,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe what I was told. And my mom, we would only go to church like on Easter. I remember growing up, whatever. We never went to church, but we
Yeah.
always take tithes and all this different stuff to send it with my grandmother to pay in church. And I would see her last sometimes, and she's sending. Ooh, you sending your last 20? But I. But when my mom died, I remembering all these different pastors talking to me and would tell me, don't worry, mom is right now, don't worry. So like, I thought about it. I was woke up in the middle of the night and almost 4 in the morning. And I thought I was like, mama, like, and I remember they that my mom was with the Bible is and right.
It's breaking up again.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I thought about it. I was like, but the times my mother in heaven when the Bible says that Jesus has returned and raised everybody from the dead. So I'm like, where now? So I started just doing research right then, and that's when I came across something that just changed my life, which was we're like light bulbs. When you break a light bulb, it appears that it's gone, but the minute you screw it in, you see the energy still there. It's been there the whole time. You just can't get it. So that's when
Mm-hmm.
I realized that my mother was really with me all of the time. Her energy never died. So that's what kind of made me start digging more. And I remember going to Jessica trying to talk to her. Growing up in a house with 2 ministers, it was difficult. But
Heck yeah.
you know, we still, I think sometimes she's still a little torn between the two because she grew up like you in the church all the time.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a tough. That one is tough. I remember like still saying thank you, Jesus, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's just tough. That is tough. Like this is all you know your whole life. This white Jesus, and you believe in him. And I don't really like to go into it because I always believe. People need something to believe in. They do. So it ain't my job to try to wake up the world. Do you want to believe in Jesus? That's on you. But it's just not for me. It's just not.
Serious part. But I was talking,
But I speaking of your mom and death in general, I believe in reincarnation.
I do too, but I don't believe in it like I don't believe like if I was to die today, tomorrow I'm coming back is something that fast. I think it's
No, it don't work like that.
hundreds of years sometime before you're back on this earth again. Because
Yeah.
time is in like the blink of the eye. I don't think it's like I have a hard time with I used to look at Journey, you know, I was like Journey look just like my mom. And then Journey would just start now we're thinking, is this my mama? Like you want to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm your mama, daddy. Like she would tell me that. I'm like, yo, chill out, man.
Yep, I asked my son too because he's so advanced. I was like, "You been here before?" He was like, "Yep." I said, "What did you used to be?" He was like, "A dad." So, and they say that you will have past life memory um before the age of 5 or 6, it started to vanish. So, What Jessica say?
Like you feel like that's also a form of like
It's breaking up again. Do I feel like it's a form of what?
No, like they got stuff or like to me like okay,
It's it's still going in and out.
me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, she said that deja vu. She feels like that's a form of maybe reincarnation. Like when you go someplace and you feel connected, or you feel like you've been there before, but you've never visited that place.
or
before.
people. Like you ever seen somebody you be like, I know her from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's your past life. Yeah, I agree.
but it's just like
No, I can agree with that. I think, yeah, that's some of it.
I watched the other night because I'm big on trying to tap into a different level all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's my higher self? Like,
Yeah.
what's my higher self? So I was watching this lady the other night, and she was just. I know you heard all the time, we're spiritual beings having a human experience.
Right.
She was pretty much saying that in our spiritual realm, we pick everything. Whether we're struggling right now, like we knew we picked our bloodline, we picked where we wanted to go. We wanted to experience these things for whatever reason. Like I wanted being, I wanted. She was like, she feels like you pick the experience to go through. Now, personally, I can disagree because I don't have enough knowledge,
Yeah.
but I don't think anybody would want to pick being poor.
Exactly. Or getting raped or
Right.
whatever. Yeah, like stuff like, heck no, I don't believe that. I don't think we have a choice. I just think that if we didn't learn the lesson the first time or the 100th time, we coming back.
That's something I've heard. I believe that that's true. I believe that you will keep coming back until you get it right. Um, and what's scary is like it's a lesson you're supposed to learn from the previous life. Like, for instance, if you were messing up on certain in the other life, you need to pass that test in the next life. Supposedly, that's the way it's always been told to me.
But you'll live it again. Like if you messed it up in the first life, you're gonna have those same experiences so you can pass it.
You have to get it right at some point. If not, you're going to keep going
Mm-hmm.
going through.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you have to like figure out, oh, what did I not learn in my past life that I got to learn today? I think you're gonna live it, and then you're gonna keep living it too.
Right.
when it goes back to a conversation me and you had a while ago, I don't know if you remember this. So when we were talking about that they were born gay. Like a man say he's born like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like,
Yeah, if you were reincarnated in your past life, you was a woman, but you came back in a male body. Makes sense.
I mean, that's very interesting. I mean, I didn't. She told me about it. When she did, I did start thinking like, dang.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I think that's a possibility. And I also think that it come from the mom, like whatever the mom think. Like if the mom is like, oh, I really, really want a boy, and it's a girl, she kind of
I disagree with that 100%.
scare me because I wanted boys.
We gonna see. No, just play.
That it's a mental issue. Like up until like 1980 something, it was considered a mental retardation. If
Not a mental issue.
there's some kind of imbalance, whether it's
No,
balance or something. I don't really feel like there's
it's
some.
just we just not to cut you off. We're just We're just spiritual beings. That's having a human experience. You just said that. So if my spirit believe I am this, that, or the third, I am this, that, or the third. I don't think it's a ooh, never mind, let me hush.
Let me
Cause I just thought about something. Oh, never mind.
let me say this. What about these people? A lot of girls who like you have a lot of young kids nowadays. They basically because we're at the point where Nicki Minaj always talked about being party, always talked about being bad. What these people talk about being bad. What kids nowadays who not with girls just who hey, what do you think about it? Do you think they're a boy in a female's body, or you think they just
Say that again.
that girls who are just doing this stuff because they hear it in certain music, do you think they're boys in female bodies, or you think they just
Oh no, I don't. Some of it is programming, a good bit of it, but no, I don't like when if a girl is gay, she gay, but it's like the trans or whatever that really believe they're women, men, whatever. They probably really think that. I don't think it's a mental illness though, but um so what were you saying about that? I missed it.
the kids who are like you said programmed?
Yeah, it's some programming because like they're allowing it to be on TV now and cartoons now and things of that sort. So you'll be surprised how much we are all programmed by the things we see on social media, by the things we listen to on the radio. Um,
So I see
huh?
a lot of people like I see a lot of women that get are heartbroken
They
and
go to a woman.
yeah. Or I'm not trying to be funny. I see a lot of big women with dreads and stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like they end up turning into dykes, some of them, and I kind of feel like it's because I feel like you weren't attractive enough to get a man. It'd be easy. I kind of really feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes, but I don't know. I always tell Jessica sometimes be like they couldn't get a man, so now they they just want to be gay. And I mean, I know that sounds harsh,
I don't believe that because it's somebody for you.
but maybe
It is, but the likelihood of you finding that person, I guess,
It's plenty of ugly.
it's somewhat.
There's plenty of ugly men out there like it's just ugly women.
There is a balance.
but I
There
think
is a balance.
waiting and they just but okay, I'm gonna move
I
on.
I thought like that before too, though. I have. I was like, some people are only gay because they didn't have anybody to accept them for who they are. Even if the girl, the butch girl, is a tomboy, she just couldn't find a man that accepted her being a tomboy.
Well,
I did used to think that.
okay, talk about that stuff about stuff you do
Talk about what?
fasting. Like, didn't you do like a
Oh heck yeah, I sure did because a lot of people, yeah, we are so like addicted to food. Like I don't have any other vice. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I mean, only in like whatever. But food, like we always eating food to celebrate. We always eating food when we happy. We eating food when we sad. It's just we always surrounded about around food, and it is killing us. It is killing us. And you know how they say your word of mouth is life or death? Food is literally life or death. And we're constantly we're overeating, we eating stuff we shouldn't be eating, like meat, because it's dead. So you put in dead stuff in your body. Everything you should eat should be living, like fruits and vegetables. You should be able to pick it up out the garden, wash it off, and eat it. But we can't do that with the meat, and it's so processed. So yeah, I went on like this 90-day, pretty much a cleanse, because I plan on going vegan by the time I'm 40. So I just wanted to like detox all of this stuff out of my body, like try to get my cravings down from sweets and meats and stuff like that. And it really worked, but I kind of backslid. But it's a process. I've been eating bad for 35 years. So it's going to take some time. But yeah, so the first 30 days I did fruits and salad, no dressing, raw salad, no meat, no any of that. Then the second month I went mono fruits. And then the third month, the second month I went fruits, nothing but fruits. And then the second week in the third month, I did mono fruits. And then mono meaning only one fruit for 2 weeks. And then the second week after that, I went on a water fast. And I lost like 11 pounds of nothing but water. I was so spiritually high. Like I thought I was going to meet God. Like that's how, I mean, it was an amazing experience. My skin was like, oh, amazing. And blood pressure. I don't have any ailments anyway, but my blood pressure was significantly low. Like all of the stuff, like all of the ailments that people have, high blood pressure, diabetes, man-made diseases, or it's caused by the food we eat. And our body is in a constant state of detoxing, trying to get it out, trying to get out what we put in, even on our skin, like our lotions and stuff, all of that stuff. Our body is trying to constantly eliminate it, but it can't eliminate as fast as we're putting it in. So, and when you think about it, like if you do your research back to when we were hunters and gatherers, we didn't eat every day. We especially didn't eat meat every day. That was a luxury. Like if they caught meat that night, we would have a feast. But they ate off the land, fruits and vegetables. So that's just something I wanted to do for my own health conscious, because I'm a health conscious nut. But yeah, it's a hard journey and it won't be for everybody. But I strongly suggest at least just putting more fruit in your diet for in the morning, like for breakfast. Because fruit helps eliminate the waste. But it takes meat like, I think 3 months. It takes meat 3 months to get out of your digestive tract.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like, so carnivores like lions and stuff, their digestive tract is only 6 feet. Ours is 12, double that. So they're able to easily pass it. We can't. Not like that. So yeah, want to talk about food. And I love food. Like I wasn't eating for health. I was eating for comfort. And because I just love how good it tastes. And ooh, this is good. I'm gonna have more. And gluttony is like ridiculous. I eat a whole box of Debbie cakes. Like I think a lot of people do that. And everything, and I realized too, what we do to our body, like how we ate when we were teenagers, that was the foundation for how our body is going to treat us in our 20s and so on and so. So what we did in our 20s going to affect our 30s. Got double chin now because I've been eating Debbie cakes. So yeah, I'm just trying to become a vegan soon.
So I do listen to a lot of doctors say a lot of it, and I understand
Mm-hmm.
fasting. For me, like I do a lot of little mini fasting. I might only do 24 hours. I'm gonna try to do today. I've for a while now, probably a little over a month, intermittent fasting, and I see the benefits of it. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
feeling better, and I know there's somebody but for like a 5 day fast, but you fast.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I see something on YouTube where they do like intermittent fasting, but it's 5-2. It's five
Mm-hmm.
intermittent fasting. On the weekend they eat what they want and then back on forever. The body is doing 5-2, so it's better. But for
It's going out again.
me,
Yeah.
okay. So for me, fasting more so is for like not even weight loss. It's the spiritual part, like from anything. If you're fasting, because it's dumping out all of the bad,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much rebuilding itself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I know it's
It broke up a little bit towards the end.
I take that off too because I know it's not easy to do.
You know, it's not easy.
Yeah, I know it's not easy to do.
Heck no. I cheated more than I would like to admit. Like once, like after I think 2 months in, I was doing good, and I just caved into my cravings and had like a whole pizza. Tore me up mentally and physically because I wasn't eating any solid foods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we are addicted to food, and it's all mostly psychological and conditioned and what we learned. Cause they say like diseases aren't hereditary. They say they're hereditary, but in actuality, it's because we eat like our parents eat. Yep. But you're right. Fasting is for spirituality and also to help to give your body a break from trying to process and break down and allow your cells to um, rejuvenate themselves because that's what our body is designed to do.
Right. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I want to end everything. I'm gonna wind it down. I really do appreciate you being on, but I'm gonna do my top five.
Okay.
First thing I'm gonna ask you: top five R&B singers of all time for you.
All time. Number one is going to be Aaliyah. Number two, I'll put Mary on there. Three, I like Erica. Four, Jill. Five, Lauren Hill. Shit, she should have been number one. Yep.
Top five. Just give me your top five R&B singers.
Top five. I love Monica. Uh, Aaliyah.
hmm
I just got to turn.
It can be man, woman, dead, alive, don't matter.
Oh, okay. I walk a lot. I like. What is it?
That's four.
Four. Four. Four.
Okay. So, you say you like to eat. Give me your top five places that you've ever ate at.
Ooh. Um. mm,
Order just five places that you've ate that you love.
Eddie V's. Um. I think it's like a crab rice or something. Crab fried rice is what it's called. the bomb. I used when Papa Do's first came out, they were really good, but I think they kind of slacked off some. Dag. I'm a soul food type of person. So there's a place in Charlotte called it's a church actually. Damn, what's the name of that church? I used to go there all the time on my lunch and get their turkey wings. And oh my God, what is the name of that church? It's leaving me. I like Mediterranean food, so like their hummus and stuff. I think that was 5. Was that 5?
I don't know. I think it was
House of Prayer. That's the name of the church.
When you said the church, that's when you threw me off.
I didn't go there on Sundays. They sold lunch during the weekday. And man, that was some good old Southern cooking. Let me tell you, they had grandmas in there.
Okay.
I can't hear her. Chick-fil-A. Macaroni.
Kiki's chicken and waffles. McAllister. I like the nachos.
Okay.
What do I do?
Because I didn't even know she liked McAllister.
I do. Mexican restaurant and
Okay. If you can sit and talk with a person who's died, I'm sorry. If you can sit and talk with anybody, a person dead or alive, for an hour, who would it be?
I'm gonna go with Oprah.
Why is that?
I want to know why she didn't marry Stedman.
Oh,
huh?
that's what talked to her. Just to ask her that one question.
I'm gonna answer some more stuff, but that is like, if I have to answer 5 questions, that's gonna be number 5. Like, why you didn't marry him? But I just want to know like her insight of money, finances, just get some insight, maybe some advice.
Jessica, who would
Huh?
I asked Jessica who would her person be.
Oh.
I don't have a clue.
Who? Rick Ross.
She loved Rick Ross.
You want to have a conversation with somebody that's gonna change your life. I would probably want to talk to like Malcolm X or
that's my boo. I love Malcolm. You're right.
Somebody like that. But not probably anybody. If it was somebody living, it would be Jay. It would be Jay-Z. That would be the one person I want to talk to. But Rick Ross.
That is funny.
I think he's funny, and I think he's a lot of fun.
But you would leave that meeting and be no better than
oh. I have fun though. I would have fun.
She would.
Well, VA, I really appreciate you taking the time out to sit down and talk with us.
Yeah.
It was really good. Hopefully we can do this again sometime. But I appreciate you, man. I hope nothing but blessings and prosperity and grace over your life. But I want to ask you the last question I had.
Yeah.
Raising the 18-year-old who's getting ready to graduate and raising a 6-year-old.
4.
Oh God. That's complete spectrum.
That's worse.
I think you have learned? Like, what's that maturation from the woman who was raising the 18-year-old son compared to the 4-year-old right now?
Oh man. So when I had my 18-year-old, I was 18 myself. So we grew up together, but I was a lot stricter on him. Just because I didn't want him to make some of the same mistakes that I had, or just being a black male in this world. So he got it a little tougher than my 4-year-old, who is spoiled. He got the 36-year-old mother who is more lax, and you want to jump off the monkey bar, go do it. Just don't break your arm, kid. So, and they are different in personalities too. Like, so you have to know your kid and adjust, in all honesty. You just have to adjust.
Want any more?
I used to want a girl, but I'm okay. I'm all right. Yep, I pass.
All right, VA, you hold it down, man, and
Okay, it was good talking to y'all. Have a good night. Love y'all.